Hello everyone. We come up with another new essay topic, and this is the third lecture of the essay writing program. And the special thing about this lecture is it is regarding the China. So the China is one of the important topic. Time and again it is asked by UPSC in various forms, be it in the essay, be it in your interviewing process, be in your objective type of question. So China will remain, and it is also being asked in various examination also. So let's discuss. This topic is India versus China in the context of emerging economy in South Asia. So this particular topic was asked by UPSC in CAP of Assistant Commandant exam 2017. So let's start this. Today we have done a little bit uh, difference. What we have done is we have straight out write this essay in 300 words only. So what is the challenge while writing an essay of this particular exam of assistant commandant? The challenge is you will get only 15 or 14 minutes, and in that you have to write 300 words. That too is very logically sound, and well reasoning ability will be reflected in your essay also. And another challenge is it is, I think, around 3 lakh candidates who sit in this exam, and most of the students are also preparing for this civil service examination also, and they have written mains also. So you have to analyze your competition also. So you have to write a very good essay on any given topic. So let's start. So India versus China in the context of emerging economy in South Asia. What I've done is that particular topic was asked in 2017. So I'm writing with respect to that only. In 2017, what were the events were unfolding? So 2017 there was no COVID. 2017 there was no this Galwan Valley incident. So I have neglected that part. So thing is, I have bring out the context of 2017 only. So what happened in that time is I have written that South Asia is the least economically integrated region. As we all know, South Asia comprises of this, that is Indian subcontinent, be it Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar and Bangladesh. This is called as South Asia. China is not a part of, I think, South Asia. So what I've written is least economically integrated regions. It is South Asia. So therefore the trade remains below its potential due to political tension. What kind of political tensions? Like between India and Pakistan, and recently I've seen some political tension with Nepal also due to the rising aspirations and the protectionist policy and the high transport cost, because we do not have well integrated transport facilities. We do not have direct linking railway lines, not proper road connectivities. ठीक है, that increase the transport cost in the region. But China, with envious plan in its mind, shifted its attention toward this region to encircle India by string of pearls policies. So मैंने इंट्रो में क्या आपको बताया है, I have also clarified what is South Asia, what is the problem South Asia is facing, and like problems like political tension, protectionist policy and transport cost. And also I bring China in and also told that कि चाइना की क्या प्लान्स है इन फ्यूचर. ठीक है, वो भी तो मैंने इसका पूरा ट्रेलर ऐसे का जो है इंट्रो में दे दिया. नाउ व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई विल पिक अप अ सेपरेट डायमेंशंस लाइक पॉलिटिकल टेंशंस, प्रोटेक्शनिस्ट पॉलिसी, अगेन ट्रांसपोर्ट कोस्ट एंड चाइनाज प्लान लाइक स्ट्रिंग ऑफ पर्ल्स, डेब्ट. तो मैं पूरे ऐसे में उसको सिर्फ एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. ठीक है, दैट इज माई आइडिया. Now coming towards next paragraph, that is the body part. I have written this: although China cannot defy geography like mighty Himalayas, so geography will always be there, and it has also favor India in terms of because we have open borders with Nepal, we have not open borders, but we have plain borders with Pakistan, Bangladesh, and also with Myanmar. So India always take advantage of this geography, the connectiveness, its strategic position, its location, and the historical and cultural ties with all the South Asian countries. So India always took advantage of this. What I have written next is the South Asian country, and at the same time China is building stronger ties. How? With South Asian states through diplomacy, aid and investment, that is big ticket investment, large infrastructure projects China is getting in these countries, be it Sri Lanka, Hambantota Port, Bangladesh, and Pakistan like CPEC. So I'm discussing next paragraph is what is India's advantage of open border with Nepal, free trade agreement with Sri Lanka, mutually beneficial economic linkages with Bhutan. Although Bhutan does not have this diplomatic relationship with China, because Bhutan is a very much inclined towards India. So that is a safer side for India. Another is economic partnership with Bangladesh are only relevant to certain extent, because what happened is nowadays Bangladesh is that this gap is narrowing, because earlier what happened is we have a very strong this trading ties with Bangladesh, and India is one of the top exporter to Bangladesh and also importer, but the situation has changed. Now China has surpassed India with respect to the import and export with the Bangladesh. So this is the situation. So that I have written that the gap between India and the South Asian states in terms of trade and with respect to China, it is narrowing down because of the investment model China is bringing now. So these are the increased Chinese involvement in South Asia. What I have done is I have made a this map, this mind map. It is very beneficial because अगर मैं इसको पैराग्राफ फॉर्म में लिखता, this that is Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka and China, this Bangladesh, so it will be very difficult for the examiner to analyze कि candidate ने क्या लिखा है. So it will be wiser to make a map or flow chart in economic type of essays or in international relationship type of essays. आप वहाँ पे बनाइए because there is very much or very good scope. ठीक है. So what I've written is in terms of Pakistan there is a Chinese investment की बात हो रही है, that is CPEC. You all know China Pakistan economic corridor, Gwadar port, and financial and military collusive threat which pose Pakistan with respect to India. And the second is Nepal. Nepal has diversified its import and lessened its dependence on India. What happened is 2016, after 2016 economic blockade, Nepal is weaning more towards China because of their rising aspiration that they want more sovereignty, more interconnected with other world countries also. So they have diversified its imports. Now they are purchasing more from the China also. Another is Afghanistan. This is the recent happening, but I have written with respect to the 2017 only. So Afghanistan also received huge Chinese investment and soon become part of CPEC. So China Pakistan economic door, we all know it passes through China, and also the Afghanistan can also become of CPEC, can also become part of this CPEC. So what it will do is the major investment, the major infrastructure investment and connectivity with China through Pakistan can be done through this CPEC corridor. Another is Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka has also elevated its partnership to strategic cooperation with China. It is again a problem for India because we have seen the lease of Hambantota port to China for 99 years, and again there were instances in 2018 and 19 in recent past that Chinese submarine docked at Colombo port. So it has also created a problem for our security scenario. Another is Bangladesh. So I've also already talked about that China overtook India as Bangladesh top trading partner through cheap goods because they have economic of scale benefit. China build or manufacture lot of things at a very big number, so they give China advantage over India because they have a very big economic of scale advantage. And the next paragraph is the Chinese strategic investment is huge, but the regional grouping in South Asia, such as SARC, we all know, BIMSTEC. Now the government's focus is more on a BIMSTEC, because in SARC the Pakistan is there, but in BIMSTEC the Pakistan is not present. So Pakistan always remain a problem for India due to some political tension between the two countries. And another is South Asia Free Trade Agreement. It has not become a reality, but the South Asian countries are thinking that there should be a free trade agreement between these countries, such which we have seen in European Union and North America NAFTA, and recently in Africa there is also a economic this trading happening, and are not successful due to political tension. We have talked about India Pakistan, and between India and Pakistan, which left the region less economically integrated, therefore left some vacuum. And China has taken advantage of this vacuum, and for that the China took advantage of it through which means through aid and investment, through silk there is Silk Route, and also OBOR and CPEC corridor. So therefore it is high time. This is I'm talking about the way forward or the solution. We are very close towards the 300 words. In 300 words you have to write or cover every dimension of it. So in the way forward I have written, therefore it is high time the South Asian countries need to understand the Chinese sinister plans like debt trap, and come together to make region more economically prosperous, like any other trading blocs such as NAFTA, EU, SAFTA, Mercosur, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. And I could have also written RCEP, but it is not a successful right now. TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, most of the countries they have backed from it, like the USA, the big player, they left this, so I have not mentioned it. And also India need to push regional connectivity. India is also mainly focusing towards the regional connectivity, like through project like Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, and BCIM is another regional connectivity project. And another is trilateral highway. Trilateral highway means with the this Southeast Asian countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Laos. So India has also a proposal for trilateral highway. And Kaladar multimodal project, it is with which Bangladesh and Myanmar. It will help our northeastern state to become a part of the mainland. So regional connectivity with northeast India will also increase through this Kaladar multimodal project. And next is, and also work with China. So we cannot outrightly ignore China. We cannot directly say that do not we cannot become assertive toward China that you should not come into the region in the South Asia and invest, because ultimately it will develop the region holistically. We need our Asian region, it not that much prosperous as the western countries is. So we need an investment, we need someone to come here and to make investment and make the region more developed. So China can do the part, because India does not alone can do it. We do not have the capability and capacity to do it. So we need the support of China. So we need China to come here where we both have converging interest, like both the countries supports multilateralism. So unilateralism, like there was only one superpower during the Cold War. After the Cold War there was only one superpower, that is US. But nowadays the countries like China, they are challenging this unilateral concept, and the world is now witnessing a multilateralism. So the converging interest like this, and also developing Asia to more this more developed and prosperous. So this is around 300 words, and I think आप सभी को ये समझ में आएगा कि what should you write in this given topic. ऐसा टॉपिक में आपको कैसे अप्रोच करना है. आई हैव एड्रेस्ड मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट ऑफ द ऐसे क्या क्या होना चाहिए. आई हैव रिटन द इंट्रो, आई हैव रिटन द बॉडी, आई हैव ऑल्सो मेड अ फ्लो चार्ट, आई हैव ऑल्सो गिव अ गुड कंक्लूजन. सो आपको बोलते रहते हैं कि लोग कि आपको इंट्रो लिखना है, ये लिखना है, वो लिखना है, तो मैंने आपको बता दिया कि कैसे लिखना है. ठीक है. सो अगेन नेक्स्ट टाइम वी विल ब्रिंग अनदर न्यू ऐसे टॉपिक. अगर आपको कुछ और चाहिए, आपको कुछ और समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, या फिर अनदर न्यू टॉपिक जिस पे आप चाहते हैं कि मैं वीडियो बनाऊं, सो प्लीज कमेंट इन द comment section. So thank you. Till then, goodbye.